Here are my picks for the top 5 cooling gadgets I've tested over the years. First up is the Arctic Air Pure Chill. Now, I've tested a lot of Arctic Air products over the years, and this is the best of the bunch. If you're looking for a small space evaporative cooling fan, this is where I'd start. Cools the air by 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Runs up to 10 hours per fill. These are fresh out of the freezer. It's been 24 hours. They're actually making a crackling sound, which is kind of interesting. Let's put the filters in there and see how cool the air actually comes out now. I don't feel a discernible difference between the two of these. They both feel very nice, actually. Let me see, 65, 57, 54, 50, 48, 47, and I'm on the slats. I'm not actually touching the filter. The Pure Chill, I've got 54, 53. I got a 53. I got a few ice cubes in there. This is much easier. Look at this, much easier. What's interesting about the chill is it seems like it gets warmer as it goes down. So the coolest I've gotten from the Pure Chill is 51. Taking a look in the thermal imager, it looks like the cooling area of the Arctic Air Pure Chill is wider and a little bit cooler too. So right now I think the Arctic Air Pure Chill is winning this battle. All right, let me try a head-to-head, well, one head. Let me try a head competition. I'm gonna put my head right in the center of these two and see if I notice a difference in coolness and if I notice a difference in strength. You know, if I leave my head there for a while, the fan strength seems the same. Ultra does seem slightly cooler, which is weird because they're almost the same design. It's very strange. Now the Ultra is not so impressive. All you have is bright and dim, and that's it. No color change whatsoever. The Pure Chill kind of goes back to the original where you have a variety of colors, which are much more pleasing. The Pure Chill is probably the best when it comes to the nightlight function, and it also doesn't go off. Next up is the Koldtec Ice Towel. Now most cooling gadgets work best in dry heat, but the Koldtec Ice Towel actually works in humidity as well. It's basically a towel with an ice interior that you can freeze and refreeze over and over again. And the best part is that you don't get wet when the ice melts. Now I have one insert that's hydrated and one that's unhydrated. They come unhydrated and you only have to hydrate it one time by soaking it in water, and then it will look like this. After they're hydrated, you stick them in the freezer, and then when they're frozen, you can just put one of the inserts in the towel and one of the inserts in here. So once the one on the towel thaws out, you can switch it out, and then you have another one that's ready to go. The Koldtec cooling towel works a little different than the evaporative towels. Those you just get wet and they wrap around your neck. This actually has little packets of an ice solution that you put around your neck and it stays cold for up to about an hour. I've been wearing this one for about 30 minutes. I have my second one frozen in here, so when I get to the top, I'll put that on and I should be cool all the way back down. I'm feeling that. Any claustrophobics in here? I'm gonna go the long way.
This is the highway.
Whoa, look at that. Good thing I have this cooling towel around my neck. It's been over an hour since I left, and this is definitely thawed out, so I'm gonna put my other one in there and as I hike down. It worked pretty well. My neck is still cool. Good news is the second one is frozen. I just put it in here. All right, I'm back in my hotel now after that long hike, not only up and down Diamond Head, but I walked a couple miles after that. I would say that it stayed cold as long as advertised. I think each one of these inserts are supposed to last about an hour. I like how it tucks into your shirt as well. It even protects my neck from the sun, so I mean, it's really a good product. Now, the only negatives I would say is that it's going to be a lot more expensive than a typical evaporative towel. I think it's in the $40 range. The other thing is if you don't have access to a freezer, you probably can't use it, because if I was lucky that my freezer actually worked, otherwise I would have been out of luck. My picks for number 3 are 2 folding fans, the Venti fan and the My Fold Away fan. These can extend to be used as a floor fan or fold down to be used on a table. The Venti fan is more expensive, but it has more bells and whistles. The My Fold Away fan is a little bit more bare bones, but it's less expensive. But you can't really go wrong with either one of them. Let's take a look at the My Fold Away fan. Now the claims of this one is that it has a 10-hour battery life. All right, there we go. It looks pretty nice. Now I paid 80 bucks for this. As I open this up here, let's see. It opens up just like the My Fold Away fan here. Looks very similar. So even though they look pretty similar, there are some definite differences between the two of these. Not a big difference in weight. The Venti is 2.6 pounds, while the My Fold Away fan is 2. The battery on the Venti is 16,000 milliamp hours, while the one on the My Fold Away fan is a paltry 3,600. My Fold Away fan only has 3 buttons. You press this and hold for 3 seconds to turn it on. And here you've got low, medium, high. The Venti, you've got more controls here. Now you can just control everything from the unit itself or from the remote control. All right, just a quick down dirty glance on low. They feel pretty similar. Let's check out the charging feature real quick here. On the unit itself, they do have here, it says output and input. So let's try output. So you have a regular USB output there. And we do have charging, and this has 16,000 milliamp hours, so that would fully charge a phone up. As far as the height goes, my fold-away fan, I think, is 40 inches. The Venti is not quite that tall. Let's see how difficult this is to close. Next up, venti. All right, this one just folds much more smoothly. Of course, a lot of people are going to have this on the floor, so that might not be the best location to have a nightlight, but you know, it depends on where you have it located. On a table, maybe not so bad. All right, the fan is going, it's got on low. Now let me try the oscillation feature and see what we got. Here we go. I've got it on high, and it's oscillating. Let's get the light too. We'll do the whole package here. We got the light, we've got the oscillation, we got the fan on high. I'm sure the My Foldaway fan is feeling rather beta in comparison to this one, because it can't do the light, it can't do the oscillation, but it can do the fan. Number 2 is this ice vest. For next level cooling on scorching hot days, nothing beats a vest that wraps ice all the way around your torso. I actually found myself feeling kind of cold on a 100-degree day wearing this ice vest. It looks like some weird solar panel or something, doesn't it? Very interesting. Oh, I feel cold. Oh, it feels cold. Wow, that's actually nice and cool. It's not too cold, but it's pretty cool. It's a bit awkward to put on, but once you get it on, I mean, I don't feel hot at all. In my monitor here, it looks either like I'm a Walmart employee or I have a bulletproof vest on. The ice vest has been out of my freezer for 30 minutes now, and I can already feel that the packets are starting to melt a little bit. It's not very long. It definitely keeps you cool. I was outside for almost 2 hours in this, and not once did I really feel like I was getting overheated at all. So I think it worked in that respect. I do think that the ice vest works quite well. It's kind of expensive, but those who get it, I think will really like it. And finally, my pick for the best cooling gadget is the Coolify 2, which is the ultimate neck fan. It has a cooling plate, it has fans, and even a heating feature that helps with those winter nights and even a sore neck. It's hands down my top pick for the best of the cooling gadgets that I've tested. It claims that it has 2 cooling plates. There's one there and there, I'm assuming. So you can charge it right here. Here's the vents that would blow onto your neck. They say that it can lower the temperature by 27 degrees Fahrenheit in 1 second. Quick look at the controls here. This is the power button. When it first goes on, you can see it says C1 right here, and then it shows the battery power, which is 93%. Now on the other side, this button will control the mode, so we can go from, that's fan, so it's just the fans blowing, no cooling. Cooling, fan. Now if I hold it down back here, now it switches to heat. Now when it's in heating mode, now the plates are actually nice and warm. Heat 2, heat 3. The fans don't run when it's in heat mode, by the way. It's less adjustable, but it doesn't have to because it just hugs your neck so well. You got the fans blowing up, which feels nice, but it's not really the main feature. To me, the main feature are those 2 cooling plates on the side. The Amazon fan that I tried out, the plate's only a couple of inches long. It does feel nice, but it's not very big. These plates each are probably double that, so you're really getting about 4 times as much cooling plate area than you are with the Amazon, so it's a lot bigger. What's weird with this one is I don't even feel like it has to be on as high as the others. Low feels good on this one because the cooling plates are so large. The noise level is much lower than the other fans I've used as well, and the fact that it provides heat, that's kind of a nice touch.